What if I told you the age of giants never ended and you are living in it right now? Most people think the largest creatures in history belonged to the dinosaurs, those long-necked titans of the Jurassic, some reaching over 30 meters and weighing up to 70 tons. But here is the part that sounds completely unreasonable. The largest animal to ever exist is alive today, and not just slightly larger, but nearly 3 times heavier than the biggest dinosaurs we have ever discovered. The blue whale, a creature over 30 meters long, with some individuals recorded at 33 meters, roughly the length of 3 buses lined up or a 10-story building stretched across the ground, and weighing up to 190 tons, possibly over 200 tons, heavier than a fully loaded Boeing 747. Its heart alone weighs around 180 kilograms, about the size of a small car, pumping over 200 liters of blood with each beat, while its largest blood vessel is wide enough for a human to crawl through, and even its tongue can weigh as much as an elephant.
Wow!
This is not just the largest animal alive. It is the largest animal in 3.5 billion years of life on Earth. And yet everything about it feels wrong, because biologically speaking, a creature this large should be inefficient, vulnerable, and unsustainable. And evolution usually does not favor extremes like this. So why does it exist? To answer that, we need to go back 50 million years to a wolf-sized animal called Pachycetus living near rivers in what is now Pakistan. An animal that looked nothing like a whale, but had a unique inner ear structure that reveals its connection to modern whales and their ability to hear underwater. Over the next 10 million years, its descendants became more aquatic, gradually shifting from land to water, until around 40 million years ago, whales became fully marine animals and never returned to land again. At that point, evolution split them into 2 major paths: toothed whales, active hunters like orcas using echolocation, and baleen whales, massive filter feeders that swallow huge amounts of water and extract food using comb-like plates. And it is this second group that changed everything. Around 10 million years ago, a subgroup known as rorqual whales evolved expandable throat pleats, allowing their mouths to open to absurd sizes and unlocking a feeding strategy called lunge feeding, one of the most efficient feeding mechanisms ever evolved. A large whale can engulf up to 70,000 liters of water in a single motion, capturing up to half a ton of prey and gaining roughly 450,000 calories in one gulp, enough energy to sustain a human for more than half a year, while only spending a tiny fraction of that energy to perform the action. At that moment, evolution found something close to a cheat code. But having the ability to feed efficiently was not enough, because the environment also had to support it, and around 5 million years ago, it finally did. Global cooling, stronger winds, and shifting ocean currents triggered large-scale upwelling, a process where nutrient-rich water from the deep ocean rises to the surface, fueling massive blooms of phytoplankton, microscopic plants that form the base of nearly all ocean food chains. Phytoplankton feeds krill, and krill feeds whales. And krill might be the most important part of this entire story. These tiny shrimp-like creatures, only a few centimeters long, form massive swarms so dense that scientists have recorded up to 30,000 individuals in a single cubic meter of water, with total biomass in the Southern Ocean estimated at around 400 million tons, more than the combined biomass of all humans on Earth. In some cases, these swarms stretch hundreds of meters across and can weigh hundreds of thousands of tons. This created the perfect condition: extremely dense, energy-rich food, concentrated in predictable locations. And whales responded by scaling up, rapidly and dramatically. Between 4.5 and 3 million years ago, multiple whale species independently evolved gigantic sizes at the same time, one of the fastest increases in body size ever recorded in mammalian evolution. And among them, the blue whale pushed this trend to the absolute extreme. But here is the key insight. Blue whales are not just large because they can be, they are large because they have to be, because their food source, krill, is abundant but seasonal, forcing them into a feast or famine lifestyle. During feeding seasons, a blue whale can consume up to 16 tons of krill per day, roughly 4 million calories, equivalent to the daily intake of about 2,000 humans, storing that energy as fat to survive long migrations and months without food. In evolutionary terms, larger bodies are more efficient because they allow whales to engulf more food per gulp, store more energy, and travel longer distances, meaning bigger individuals have a survival advantage. And that is why the blue whale did not just become large, it became the largest possible. Water also plays a crucial role here because unlike land animals, whales are supported by buoyancy, which removes many structural limits imposed by gravity, allowing their bodies to scale to sizes that would collapse under their own weight on land. But this extreme success comes with a hidden vulnerability, because blue whales rely almost entirely on one single food source, krill, and krill populations are declining. In some regions, Antarctic krill have decreased by up to 70 to 80% since the 1970s, driven by climate change disrupting sea ice ecosystems and large-scale industrial fishing for omega-3 production. And then there is human impact. In the 20th century, industrial whaling reduced blue whale populations by nearly 99%, from around 250,000 individuals to just a few thousand by the 1960s. Although global protection was introduced in 1966 and populations have slowly begun to recover, current estimates still place them at only 10,000 to 25,000 individuals worldwide, far below their original numbers. So here is the paradox. The largest, most efficient, and most extreme animal in Earth's history is also incredibly fragile, not because it is weak, but because it is too specialized, too dependent on a narrow set of conditions that are now changing faster than evolution can adapt. If krill disappears, if ocean systems shift too rapidly, if human pressure continues, then the largest creature to ever exist may disappear as well, not with a dramatic event, but quietly. And that is what makes the blue whale so fascinating, because it shows that evolution does not always favor balance. Sometimes it creates something so extreme, so optimized, that it almost breaks the rules of life itself. If you enjoy exploring the most extreme and unbelievable stories hidden in nature, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell, because this is Oddology, where reality is often stranger than fiction, and I will see you in the next one.